There's Gray. It's reading time. Hey, Froggy. How are
This
you?
is Carter. How are you? I couldn't wait to get to the story today. How are you?
Our story has a frog in it.
It has a frog in it. Wow, cool. I love frogs.
It's called The Garden.
The Garden. Oh, wow. Oh.
Huh?
Hey, how... What?
I saw somebody.
Oh.
What?
Oh, that's my best friend, Monkey. Hey, Monkey, come on in and say hi to Miss Carter.
Monkey.
Oh, hello, how are you?
Are you coming to lesson time?
Yes, I came to see my best friend, Frog.
Oh, you all are good friends. Like Frog and Toad are really good friends.
Really, really? Oh, well, I can't wait to hear the story with Froggy. Hold on, here's Froggy.
Hi, Mrs. Carter. I'm ready for the story.
Thank you for bringing your friend Froggy. You get to share something with your friend. That's so sweet of you.
Yes, thank you.
I think Frog and Toad share a lot of things together too.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just see.
Yes, and you can look and see in the story and see what they share.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, let's see. The Garden from Frog and Toad Together, written, illustrated by Arnold Lobel. If it's written, that means that's the what?
That's the author.
Right, he writes the words. And illustration means what?
He did all of the pictures and things.
That's right. So the author and the illustrator are the same person in this story.
Oh, well, cool.
Frog gives Toad some flower seeds and tells Toad that gardening is hard work. Toad finds out how hard it is when he tries to get the seeds to grow. When Frog and Toad say that gardening is hard work, are they thinking about the same kind of work?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see.
Okay. Let's see. I'm so glad you're reading you're sharing the story with your friend.
Oh, yeah. He'll be here in a minute. He's here right now. Here he is.
Okay, and you and your friend can follow along with the words while I read them.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Frog was in his garden. Toad came walking by. What a fine garden you have, Frog, he said. Yes, said Frog. It is very nice, but it was hard work. I wish I had a garden, said Toad. Here are some flower seeds. Plant them in the ground, said Frog, and soon you will have a garden. How soon? asked Toad. Quite soon, said Frog. Toad ran home. He planted the flower seeds. Now, seeds, said Toad, start growing. Okay. Do you think they're going to grow the moment you plant them?
No, I think he needs to wait on them.
Yeah, I think he needs to wait to see what's going to happen.
Right. I mean, if you put plants, they've got to give them time to grow. They don't grow instantly, do they?
No, they never grow instantly.
That's
It's
interesting.
like bananas.
Okay, so let's start right here. Toad walked up and down a few times. The seeds did not start to grow. I don't think he has a concept of what
No, I don't think he understands.
it takes to grow
I don't think he understands.
seeds. This is kind of a funny story, isn't
It's really funny.
it? Toad put his head close to the ground and said, now seeds start growing. So
Poor
silly. Toad looked at the ground again. The seeds did not start to grow. Toad put his head very close to the ground and shouted, now seeds start growing.
I think he doesn't understand the concept.
I don't think that's going to make them grow, do
No,
you?
it's not gonna
That's not how it works. Frog came running up the path. What's going on? He asked. My seeds will not grow, said Toad. You are shouting too much, said Frog. Your seeds are afraid to grow. My seeds are afraid to grow? Asked Toad. Yes, said Frog. Leave them alone for a few days. Let the sun shine on them. Let the rain fall on them. Soon your seeds will start to grow. That night, Toad looked out his window. My seeds have not started to grow, said Toad. They must be afraid. So what did Frog tell him to do? Do you
He
remember?
told him to wait and to put water and let the sun hit it.
Right. He said, and he didn't say it'll happen the next day, did he?
No, he did not.
I don't think he heard that part, do you?
He said wait a few days.
Right, but I don't think Toad heard that part that said wait a few days.
No, I don't think he did either.
Because he's still not waiting. Okay, let's see what he does next to see if he can get these. Oh my goodness, look at the pictures. Let's see what's going on. Toad went out to his garden with some candles. Okay. I will read the seeds a story, said Toad. Then they will not be afraid. Toad read a long story to his seeds. Okay. Do you think that's going to help?
No, that's not going to help him at all.
It's so funny. All the next day, Toad sang songs to the seeds.
Oh my God, he's really going all out for it.
Well, at least it's getting rain. So one
Yeah,
thing
it's starting to rain.
So even though he's doing all these things, the seeds are still getting what? Rain.
Rain and sun.
And all the next day, Toad read poems to his seeds. And that's when he got the what? The sun.
That's when I got the sun.
Yeah, that's when the sun came out.
And now the next day, Toad played music for his seeds. Oh my goodness.
He's really going all out for it. He really wants his seeds to
I think
grow.
he's working too hard.
In the wrong direction.
Thank you very much. I don't think he needed to do all that for them to grow. I think he just needed something called patience.
Patience, yeah.
Toad looked at the ground. The seeds still did not start to grow. What shall I do? Cried Toad. These seeds must be very frightened. Then Toad was so tired that he fell asleep. Toad, Toad, wake up, said Frog. Look at your garden. Toad looked at his garden. Little green plants were coming up out of the ground. At last, shouted Toad, my seeds have stopped being afraid to grow.
Oh, wow, they still. That's so funny.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Mrs. Carter. Yes, it is.
I just really think that if he didn't read stories and if he didn't play the violin or sing, that they would have grown anyway.
I do too.
I think because they got what they
do.
said, because they got what they were supposed to have,
That's true,
sun
that's true, that's
and
true.
rain.
That's true, Miss Carter.
Now, you will have a nice garden too, said Frog. Yes. Oh, said Toad. But you were right, Frog. It's very hard work.
That's very funny.
What do you think the hard work was? So Toad said it was hard work. What hard work did Toad do?
He was singing he was reading stories. He just didn't know to just let it grow.
And what hard work do you think Frog meant when he said it was hard work?
He was actually tilling the ground and making plants and putting the seeds in the ground.
Right. They both, one worked extremely much more harder than the other, right?
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Do you and Monkey have times where you all play together and do things together?
We play all the time.
What do you all do?
We both play hop. I hop, and he tries to hop like me.
Really, Monkey? Can you hop, Monkey?
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I can, see? It's very hard, but I can do it.
I'm so glad you came to that. Froggy shared this story with you. What did Frog share with Toad?
How to make seeds. How to make a plant.
Right, he shared his seeds, and you shared. What did you share today?
I shared my friend.
Oh, that's right. And you shared the story with your friend.
And the story with my friend. Yes, I did.
Aw.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
I'm so
inviting me,
glad
Froggy.
you all came today
Oh,
to our
thank you.
lesson.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Can't wait till the next story.
Okay, and maybe you bring Monkey?
Maybe I'll come back, yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for coming, and goodbye.
Bye.